Today we're talking about bottles of bourbon that you need to have in your bourbon collection. Let's get into it. Hello everyone, welcome back to Brad's Bourbon Reviews. I'm Brad, and today we're talking about bottles of bourbon that you need in your collection. Full transparency up front, most of these are going to be hard to find / allocated bottles, and even into sometimes the unicorn category. That's just what this is. This is to round out your collection. I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you collect bourbon and you're into the world. These are ones that you might want to really consider seeking out and adding to your collection sooner than later, and each one of them has different reasons behind it. That being said, let's go and get into this list. These are in no particular order. All right, starting off here, this is a special release from Maker's Mark that came out a few years ago. This is from 2023. This is the Maker's Mark BEP. This was the last in their original run of the wood finishing series. The Maker's Mark wood finishing series, in my opinion, has really had a fall from grace. It is nowhere as good as it used to be. And that's why this one's on this list, because this is my favorite Maker's Mark product by a long shot. If you're new here, I'm not a huge Maker's Mark fan. I think the stuff they make is just okay. I think in a lot of cases, especially like their cellar age, it is way too expensive for what you're getting. I don't even think that one should be considered a special release. I think it is just completely mediocre. But this one is not that. This one is a fantastic bottle from Maker's. And if you've never had one or you've never thought about grabbing one, take it from somebody who doesn't love Maker's. This is a fantastic bottle. If you haven't tried it already, track down a BEP. Moving on to the next one. Up next, this is a Russell's Reserve pick. The reason I like having these is because you can come across these random ones that are just absolutely fantastic and be able to compare them to things like the Russell's 13 and the Russell's 15. And I think that if you have one of these like that for your collection, you'll be able to use that as like a reference point and to see if the 13 and the 15 are actually as good as you hope they are. I highly recommend everyone getting a Russell's Reserve pick. They are fantastic. Moving on to the next one. Up next is a bottle that is a unicorn bottle. It was for me. I love this brand. I love when I get a hold of their special releases. This is the only one from them I have. This is a Four Roses barrel strength limited release from 2024, but I'm kind of just using this as a placeholder. Find some of these limited releases from Four Roses. They are fantastic. My favorite one is the 2022 special release. It's amazing. I think the 2019 one as well. Those were both fantastic bottles. Even if you're not a huge Four Roses fan, I think you would really like some of these special releases. Again, these are not all equally as good, but generally speaking, they are really solid bottles, and I'm excited to have the one from last year. It is absolutely delicious, but not the best of them. Moving on to the next one. All right, this was a lot of people's bourbon of the year last year, and I do think you need it in your collection because I don't know if they're going to do another one. I mean, I assume they will at some point. I mean, it would make no sense for them to just drop one banger bottle like this and then never follow it up with another batch. But as of right now, they haven't said if they're doing another one or not. So at the current date of recording, that has not been announced. If you're watching this in the future and you're having batch 2 and I look like an idiot, that's fine. But this is the Russell's Reserve 15. This bottle right here is absolutely incredible. These were going for crazy money when they first dropped. I think it's kind of leveled out maybe a little bit. I don't know. I haven't checked on secondary pricing for these in a while, but I still get questions about this from time to time. Do I think it's as good as a lot of other people do? Like it's the greatest bourbon ever? I saw that being tossed around a lot. No, I don't think it's the greatest bourbon ever, but it is really solid. Having this bottle on your shelf will elevate the rest of your collection because this thing is fantastic. Moving on to the next one. All right, this next one was hard for me to pick one bottle from the lineup, but I think I settled on one that I'm happy with. I am a huge fan of the E.H. Taylor lineup. This is a bottle of E.H. Taylor barrel proof. I have 2 of these, but these are fantastic. Again, for these as well, they are not all created equal. Some of them are really good years, some of them are just okay, some of them are not great at all. This one's really solid. It reminds me of like apple pie and like chocolate and cherry. I'm a huge E.H. Taylor fan anyway, so having it at barrel proof is awesome. This is another one for me, like this will kind of, having one of these bottles will like elevate your collection, and it just really is a really good bottle to have, and it's something cool to impress your friends when they come over. A lot of people have heard of E.H. Taylor. Not a lot of people have gotten their hands on these barrel proofs, and they are fantastic. So if you ever get an opportunity to grab one of these, I highly urge you to do so. Moving on to the next one. This bottle right here very well may be my favorite bourbon of all time. I don't say that lightly. It's the highest rated bourbon on the show. If you've been a viewer for a while, you know exactly what bottle I'm talking about. This is the Dettling Gold Wax. Dettling is not for everybody, but god damn it, it's for me. It is a nose of tobacco and chocolatey into coffee notes. These are extremely hard to come across. They do, I think, like 1 or 2 barrels of this a year. This one was 82 months. I swear to God, it is one of the best bottles. I regularly see these going for $500, and my wife's probably watching this, so this is a joke. I would absolutely buy one of these for $500. They are that good. I know that's crazy to say. You have to have one of these in your collection. It is so incredibly delicious. They do have a higher malted barley content than a lot of other bourbons. So if that's not your thing, you will not like this. But if you are even like remotely okay with that, you need to get one of these immediately. Not all Dettlings as a brand are as good as these. Some of the picks are fantastic. Some of them are just okay. The Bottled and Bond that they discontinued is just okay in my opinion, but these are just on a whole nother level. If you ever have the opportunity to buy one of these, jump on it quick. Moving on to the next one. All right, now we're going to go back down to the budget stuff here. This is a bottle that I talk about anytime I can because I think they are fantastic. This is Early Times Bottled and Bond. Why do you need one of these in your collection? The reason you need one of these in your collection is because this is a $14 reason why you don't have to pay high prices for really good bourbon. These are absolutely delicious. I mean, again, a taste test against something that's, you know, super special, it's not going to hold up to it. But if you gave someone this who was a bourbon dork and did not tell them what it was and just said, tell me if you like this or not, I obviously can't guarantee this, but I would imagine that most people would think this is really good and not think that this is a $14 bottle of bourbon. This is probably the king of budget for $14. I mean, I know I've paid as much as $30 for this, and even that I'm totally okay with. You get a liter of this, by the way. Liter of 100 proof Brown-Forman juice. You need one of these in your collection. The only reason I even say maybe don't get it, because you might just go, I don't need anything else. This is what I drink. I understand that logic because this is that good. Moving on to the next one. All right, I recently just did a video for Patreon that was blinding all the 12-year bourbons I have in my collection and seeing which one came out on top. This bottle right here is the winner. This is Wild Turkey 12-year. These are exported, however, through like some legal loophole. You can get them in some places. I believe in Kentucky. Some places will have them for sale. I got mine for like $200, and I'll tell you what, I would pay that again in a heartbeat for one of these. These are so incredibly good. It's insane how good these are. You need one of these in your collection because this is an amazing example of something being lower proof, 101 proof, being highly aged, and being absolutely delicious. I mean, I think there's only one person that I've told to get one of these that didn't love it. Really kind of can't beat this. I mean, I wish they weren't $200. Like, I wish I could get like $150. I mean, I honestly wouldn't blink again if I had the opportunity to buy one of these for $200. I mean, they are absolutely incredible. Seriously, if you ever find yourself being able to buy one of these Wild Turkey 12 years, do it, because it is a fantastic bottle of bourbon. And it just shows you that why Wild Turkey is one of the best distilleries on the freaking planet. Moving on to the next one. All right, this up here is one of my favorite bottles of this year. This is Jack Daniel's 12-year batch 3. This came in second place in my blind of the 12-year bottles that I did. Jack Daniel's 12-year batch 3 is unbelievably delicious. You need one of these because this is the best example of what Jack Daniel's can do, in my opinion. A lot of people will say the 14's better. I don't think so. I think the 14 is so overrated. I'm a huge Jack Daniel's fan, so I don't say that lightly. But this 12-year is the best version of what Jack Daniel's can do. And the reason you need one of these in your collection is because it is friggin' incredible. And this will change people's minds about Jack Daniel's. A lot of people still have this mentality of like Jack Daniel's is cheap, terrible whiskey. It is not. It is unbelievable, and this bottle right here should change some minds. Moving on to the next one. All right, this bottle right here is, you can kind of see it poking out. You may not be able to see it in full detail yet, but this is the best version of this bottle, and I think if you can find a Blanton's Gold, you should absolutely buy one, because this is what I think a lot of people think and want Blantons to be. I prefer this one even from the straight from the barrel. To me, the balance on this is like absolutely perfect and just really works for this distillate. Now, these are single barrel. They are going to vary some from barrel to barrel. Blanton's is pretty consistent though. I mean, I've had a few that were just like really good and a few that were just like not as good, but still pretty solid. But the Blanton's Gold Edition is just the best version of Blanton's in my opinion. This one, everyone has heard of Blanton's, even like your friends who are casual. So that's why having one of these, so like, oh, I've had Blanton's, but like, oh, have you ever had the Blanton's Gold? I'm like, ooh, what's the Blanton's Gold? Never heard of that. This could get someone really into whiskey. So I think it's a good reason to have it as part of your whiskey collection on top of just wanting a really good bottle of bourbon. Moving on to the next one. Up next is a bottle that I know is hard for a lot of people to find, myself included. I have been lucky enough to have a few of these in my life. This is Weller Foolproof. This is a Weller Foolproof store pick, but I think Weller Foolproof should be in your collection because it is probably the best version of Weller. I mean, there's an argument for 107 as well, but I don't talk about about Weller Foolproof enough, and I kind of use this as an example to do this. I haven't opened this one specifically yet, but I do love Weller Foolproof quite a bit. I think having this would be very impressive to anyone. You know, if you have guests over who have heard of Weller, you have like the top version of Weller outside of WLW, the top of the rainbow anyway, Weller Foolproof. They're just really solid, and I don't think you can go wrong drinking Weller Foolproof. Moving on to the next one. All right, bringing it back down to a low shelf version. This one is interesting because I do just love this bottle. This is Cooper's Craft, but there is a reason why you might want to grab some of these and add them to your collection. There's rumors constantly. Every time I bring this up, you can check the comment section. People are saying that they heard that they are not making this anymore. People are saying that they heard that they are making it. I don't know, but if there is a chance that this goes away, you are going to want at least 2, 3, 4 of these for your collection because these are $30, $35 bottles that punch above their weight for sure. I had a friend recently text me and go, "You're right," and then sent me a picture of Cooper's Craft. They are fantastic. They're very like pecan heavy and like kind of these darker fall vibes. I think they are just absolutely incredible bottles for the price. Again, this is like early times where you could give this to somebody who is a whiskey or bourbon fan, and they would probably think that it's more expensive than it actually is because it's just that freaking delicious. So if you've never tried a Cooper's Craft, you definitely should. Moving on to the next one. All right, this one right here on the list is on the list for the same reason that the Jack Daniel's 12 was on the list, because it just shows you that Jack Daniel's knows what the fuck they're doing and can make incredible whiskey. This is a Jack Daniel's single barrel proof. This is another pick from Southern Spirits. Not a sponsor or anything. I just have a lot of their stuff because I like them. I don't even live in North Carolina anymore, but I go there all the time when I'm back home. So picks are really good sometimes too. It really just kind of depends on what they were picking and what the options were at the pick. But if you don't have one of these, you definitely should. This should change your mind on what Jack Daniel's is capable of when it comes to making whiskey. They make incredible stuff. They're like 50, 60, 70 bucks, and they are in pretty much every liquor store across the country. Not every single one, obviously, but most places that have a decent whiskey or bourbon selection will have a bottle of this. And if you have delayed getting one, stop delaying. Go do it right now. Go grab one of these. They are absolutely fantastic. Moving on to the next one. Alrighty. We are here with a special release from Wild Turkey, and Wild Turkey had a lot on this list. This is the Wild Turkey 70th anniversary Jimmy Russell bottle, celebrating 70 years of him being the master distiller at Wild Turkey. The reason you need one of these is because Jimmy Russell is an old guy, and death comes for all of us, and you are going to want at least 1 or 2 of these on the shelf for when he actually passes. This is going to be a very, very special bottle once he does pass. I am hoping that that is not anytime soon. I don't wish that on anybody. Something that I think will be a really cool thing to look back on and celebrate. Have a bottle that's this good that celebrates the life of an incredible icon in the bourbon industry. Moving on to the last one. The last bottle that you need for your collection. This one is hard to find, I know for sure. Trust me, I know. I spent a long time trying to get my first one, and then once I got my first one, I kind of just got a lot of them. But I am talking about Stagg. This is Stagg Jr. This is batch 9. This is an earlier batch, but it can really be any batch of Stagg. Everyone has heard of Stagg. Everyone wants to try Stagg. They're fantastic. I have no complaints about Stagg. These do vary a lot batch to batch. If you're curious, my personal favorite batch of any Stagg I've ever had is Stagg 22B. I think it is just the best one. It's just everything I like on the palate. Tobacco, cherry, oak, leather. It's just perfect for me specifically. If you're looking into getting a specific batch of Stagg, that's my personal recommendation. I think it's the best one. So comment down below. Let me know what bottles you think I should add to this list. While you're down there, make sure you leave a like and subscribe because we are on the road to 10,000 subscribers and we could hit that by the end of 2025. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, cheers. A big thank you to all the Patreon supporters you see on screen right now.